Hey yo, first and foremost, shout out to Lamont Roach and Tank. That was a great fight. I enjoyed it. But yo, I'm making this video because for the whole build up, y'all were killing me over my victory over Lamont, saying that he wasn't worthy of the Tank fight. But at the end of the day, I don't care what y'all say. I got that W. That's all I'm saying. I got the.
The boxing world has been buzzing after the intense showdown between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach. Here are some of the most shocking reactions to the fight. Lamont Roach is no stranger to Gervonta Davis. The two first faced off in the amateur ranks, creating a rivalry that only added to the tension of their recent fight. Roach's father and trainer, Lamont Sr., has watched Davis rise to boxing stardom, but their past history didn't seem to matter when it came time to prepare for this showdown. Roach was focused and determined. "My mindset is to beat him," Roach told Boxing Scene before the fight. Roach made a name for himself in November 2023 when he won a title by defeating Hector Luis Garcia on the undercard of David Benavidez' victory over Demetrius Andrade. He successfully defended it once against Fergal McCrory before landing the massive opportunity to face Davis. Roach knew this fight was a big chance and didn't shy away from it. "This camp is different because I feel like they're counting me out," said the 29-year-old. This feeling was fueled by comments from Terrence Crawford, the former undisputed champion, who pointed out that only his close friend, Shakur Stevenson, and stablemate Keyshawn Davis had the skill to give Gervonta Davis a real challenge. Davis, known for his brutal power and finishing ability, had recently dominated Frank Martin and knocked out Ryan Garcia the year before. Despite the odds stacked against him, Roach was ready to make a statement. It reminded some of legendary upsets, like when Muhammad Ali faced George Foreman in the iconic Rumble in the Jungle. Roach wasn't just fighting for a title. He was fighting for redemption. The rivalry between Davis and Roach goes back to 2011, when Davis defeated Roach twice as an amateur. Over 10 years later, Roach was eager for a rematch, and he wasn't shy about it. Before the fight, Roach had a little fun with a poem. "Roses are red, violets are blue, March 1st sounds like and the new," hinting at a potential win. Davis, never want to back down, quickly fired back, saying, "Don't worry, baby, you'll be home soon from the hospital." The playful trash talk between the two added more fuel to the fire, and fans were buzzing in excitement over the banter. I end the build-up. Terrence Crawford didn't hold back either, weighing in on the situation. He, along with Shakur Stevenson and others, had been rallying behind Keyshawn Davis. Crawford, now the double WBO lightweight champion, spoke about the possibility of a showdown with Davis. He wasn't worried about who Davis would fight next. He was confident Davis knew the challenges ahead. Crawford even suggested that Davis had faced opponents who were not on his level mentally, which could be his downfall when facing someone like Shakur or Keyshawn. Crawford also hinted that Lamont Roach Jr. might just be the one to break Davis's winning streak. Shakur and Keyshawn are the ones who could give Tank his first defeat, Crawford said, suggesting that these two were the ones to look out for in the future. In the end, this was more than just a title fight. It was about pride, redemption, and a lot of tension between two fighters who had history and big expectations riding on them.
When I said it on Twitter, it went viral when I said the top 5 thing. A lot of people agreed, a lot of people disagreed. Tank said I was a meat lover. He came in, he was like, "Oh, this guy, you a meat lover."
But Tank would never even think about hesitating to come up to 154.
All right, what about 47 though?
Yes, if he get to pick his opponent. If Tank get to pick his opponent, he would do it. But Tank would never come from 35 to 54.
Former champion Mikey Garcia shared his thoughts on a highly anticipated showdown between Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Lamont Roach. Garcia spoke about the fight and also explained why the idea of Davis facing Shakur Stevenson doesn't excite him as much as it might for others. Garcia praised Davis as one of the best in the lightweight division, calling him highly skilled, experienced, and a powerful knockout artist. He doesn't see Roach as a major threat to Davis, stating that while Roach is a good fighter, Davis's experience and knockout power make him a formidable opponent. Tank is a beast, Garcia said, emphasizing that Davis has proven himself in every fight and would likely win again. However, when it comes to a potential future matchup between Davis and Stevenson, Garcia wasn't as enthusiastic. He acknowledged Stevenson's skills, including his footwork, speed, and counterpunching ability, calling him one of the best. Yet, Garcia noted that Stevenson's fighting style focused on defense and avoiding damages and make for the most exciting bouts. He believed that Stevenson might struggle to attract big fights until he adjusts his style to be more engaging. Garcia also expressed a preference for a fight between Davis and Vasily Lomachenko, who, despite being an exceptional boxer, tends to engage more actively in the ring. Garcia also mentioned that while Stevenson is undoubtedly talented, his style might make it tough for him to secure major matchups. Shocker is going to be a dull matchup, he said, suggesting that Davis might not be interested in fighting him unless Stevenson becomes more dynamic in his approach. Meanwhile, veteran commentator Jim Lampley weighed in on the Davis-Roach fight, predicting that Davis would secure his 31st win and 29th knockout. Lampley noted that while Roach has a solid background and is motivated, he hasn't shown how he can overcome the power and skill of Davis, who is dominated with brutal knockouts. He compared Davis to Mike Tyson in his prime, describing his knockout power as shocking and his finishing style as explosive. Lampley's prediction was clear: Davis by middle round TKO. Boxing legend Bernard Hopkins also shared a perspective, emphasizing that Davis is a serious threat to anyone in the division. While he acknowledged Roach's talents, he warned that Davis should not underestimate him. Tank cannot underestimate Roach, Hopkins said, noting that Roach is a solid boxer and puncher who has confidence from their amateur history. He reminded Davis that anything can happen in boxing, but still seemed to favor Tank in this matchup. Roach, on the other hand, reflected on the circumstances leading up to his fight with Davis. He explained that the fight was initially planned, but since he wasn't a champion at the time, the opportunity fell through, and Hector Luis Garcia was chosen instead. Still, Roach remained determined, hoping for a shot at redemption as the boxing world anticipates this clash. It's clear that many are backing Davis, but the fight remains full of intrigue. Will Roach be able to pull off an upset, or will Davis continue his dominant run? Only time will tell. If you enjoyed this update, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated with all our upcoming videos.